Well, hello and welcome back, my Battle Language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Battle Language guy, and we are together on another live. Today we're gonna start this lives 1 hour earlier so I can fix my sleeping schedule. Thank you for that. Thank you for your understanding. Gonna fix my microphone now. Much better. Yeah, much better this way. Much better this way. Seeing your comments, let's we have a nice show today. We're gonna talk about how Harry, those Montecito screams maybe are not from the Duchess in this case. Maybe those screams are from Gingerbread, but Gingerbread will be yelling, screaming at Montecito once he found he was demoted. We also have, we will also be having some very nice pictures of the Prince and Princess of Wales on their visit to Wales today. And what else? Yes, we have to a review of what exactly does it mean this 5th season of The Crown for the monarchy. Let's see if it's gonna have any kind of impact. So we have the three topics today, starting with a meme. Find Harry. Thank Naomi Sky 15 for today's opening joke. Find Harry. The palace is very clever. Did you spot Harry? Did you spot Harry in this picture? Did you see it? Did you see him? Trinidad and Tobago, Brooklyn, South Carolina, Chile, Scotland, Tahiti, Belfast, Surrey, Toronto, Pennsylvania, Manchester, Romania, Germany, Seattle, Georgia, Oregon. This is great. Brazil, Gibraltar, Ireland, London, Texas, Sicily, Finland, Florida. This is great. The whole world right here. All the Battle Language buddies right here. Let's start. Let's begin. So, of course, before we begin, we have 3 more days. Just 3 days left. Just 3 days left to get your Sussex Survivors Club merch. Only 3 more days and it's gone, disappear. It's not gonna be available again. If you want to, if you're building a collection of the Royal Rogue or the Battle Language Guy, then this is your chance to have 1 piece of merch, or 2 or 3 or whatever you like, whatever you fancy. It'll be great. We have V-necks, long sleeves, hoodies, mugs, quite a few pieces, and you will have the link in the description of this video. Just 3 days and they are gone. This is your opportunity to have your Sussex Survivors Club and honor those who served Harry and Meghan and survived to tell the tale. That is great enough. And this is another thing that we're gonna have today. Later in today's show, these reactions. I love this picture, and we're gonna know who is this kid, and that reaction, that cute reaction, that was pure cuteness overload, a cuteness overload, and pleased to have all you here, my Battle Language buddies. It's been quite an experience having these regular lives. It's easier for me in some ways. It's a bit harder for me in some other, but I will try to do my best to make them as engaging as possible. And of course, you already know, if you prefer the shorter form content, you can go to my Royal Rogue channel, which there's also a link in the description of this video. So you can go to my Royal Rogue channel, subscribe to my Royal Rogue channel, and you will get my updates on the shorter clips, specifically talking about this topic. So maybe you can't stay for 1 hour, 1 and a half, but you can watch the clips. So you can watch the clips in there. And also, any super chat, any super sticker that you send, I will be reading at the end of this show. I will be reading that. So any super chat that you send, I will be highlighting and featuring it. Well, we start with Richard Eden. Richard Eden, one of my favorite royal commentators on Twitter. New snub for Prince Harry and Meghan as they are demoted on the royal website. So it's official to below the 56th. 56. It's 56. It's 5-6. It reads 5-6 in line to the throne. Read the story in Eden Confidential on Wednesday or now via Mail Plus. And we have this this feature, new snub. We're gonna read that on Google Chrome right now. Let me change here. I should have a button that does that. We're gonna talk about the crown, but let's read about this too. Thanks to Richard Eden for this. Let's see what's going on. And what does this mean for the Montecito duo? You know that they need that, they still need that royal status. So being demoted, being knocked off their usual position on the royal family's website is, well, it's quite a thing. Prince Harry and Meghan are said to be eagerly waiting for King Charles to issue letters patent, confirming their children can be called Prince and Princess. This is more like it. That's why I like Richard's way of saying things. They are waiting for official confirmation of the titles for Archie and Lilibet. This is more like it. This is not automatic. There needs to be a confirmation. It's not that Charles is taking any away from them, because he can't take away something that hasn't been effectively granted to them. In the meantime, the notoriously sensitive California-based couple must cope with another snub. I learned that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were demoted on the official royal website on Monday. They are still included in the members of the royal family section because, well, I don't think, how could that change? I don't think that could change, and they are gonna be members of the royal family for forever. That cannot change. But have been moved below King Charles' first cousins once removed. To add insult to injury, there is now only one member of the family below them, and that's Prince Andrew, who stepped back from royal duties after the scandal over his links to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. You know that was not pretty. Prince Andrew's all shenanigans with all these people was not pretty, and that interview, I should review that interview sometime in the near future. I remember that was one of the first analysis I made when I started this YouTube channel back in 2018. It was in Spanish, and I originally made that analysis in Spanish. I think that interview was in 2019, if I remember correctly. I think that was the year of that interview. And then I reissued that analysis on 2020 in English, and it has been one of my most popular videos. There you see the Duke of Sussex and the Duchess of Sussex right next to the bottom of the barrel with the Duke of York. Harry appears below Princess Alexandra and the Duke of Kent on the website. I hope this doesn't go down badly in Montecito, a royal source tells me somewhat optimistically, but I have my own sources too. And you know, I think that when people realize that I'm going serious with this stuff of being a royal commentator, they begin to pop up on my email, on my Twitter direct messages, and I have you know, a reference, a tip that no, this did not go well. Of course, as Neil Sean says, everything has to be allegedly, but you can imagine that the Montecito screams were to the tune of, why why were we moved? Okay, thanks for that, my rescue cats. Jesus, we English call it scraping the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, I had that expression on the tip of my tongue. Thank you. Thank my rescue cats. I'm reading your comments. If you have nice comments, I will be featuring them, highlighting them. The change has been made because the Duke and Duchess are no longer working royals, unlike those who now appear above them. That makes sense. If you dedicate your time and energy and skills to the cause of the monarchy, of the royal family, it makes sense to be higher up that ranking. Don't you think? I think that's fair. The move follows the example set at Queen Elizabeth's funeral last week, when Harry and Meghan were seated on the second row at Westminster Abbey. Second row ex-royals, because you can't say that they are royals anymore. Second row ex-royals. And at the Platinum Jubilee service at St. Paul's Cathedral in June, the couple looked dismayed to discover they were seated behind the Queen's cousins, the Dukes of Kent and Gloucester. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, even though Harry is still fifth in the line of succession. At that moment he was sixth. He was still the sixth. In the members of the royal family section of the website, Harry now suffers the indignity of being placed below Princess Alexandra, a cousin of the Queen, who is 56th in the line of succession. Yeah, there's Harry with his usual vitamin D deficiency. In the succession section of the website, the Sussex's children are still listed as Master Archie Mountbatten-Windsor and Miss Lilibet Mountbatten-Windsor. Since the Queen's death, they are technically a prince and princess due to rules set out by King George V in 1917. In the Sussexes, here comes the punch, the liver punch. In the Sussexes bombshell Oprah Winfrey interview, Meghan claimed that Archie was not made a prince because of his race, even though George V's rules meant he was not entitled to be one until his grandfather was monarch. Last year, it was suggested that Charles, in a bid to limit the number of key royals intended when he became king, to prevent Archie becoming a prince. That is an interesting word. And still, I love the way Richard puts things. And when he became king, to prevent Archie becoming a prince, to do so, he would have to issue letters patent amending Archie's right to be a prince. Until that potentially happens, Archie remains a prince, whether his parents choose to use the title or not. Okay, that is important to remember. You need the specific affirmation of the title still, because nowhere, and especially not in the royal family's website, you will find that title, and until you find it officially marked there and you find an announcement, well, you just cannot use or call him, or register domains or use websites that say that Prince Archie. No, you cannot monetize it yet. When asked about the website changes, a Buckingham Palace spokesman tells me this is not something we would comment on. No, this is not something worth of commenting. This is not news. This is not news. For some of you that are asking what happened to 10 p.m. London, I need to fix my sleeping schedule. I cannot start this live 10 p.m. because in my time zone, I end this live with too much energy, too pumped, and I have a really hard time like going to sleep at like 12 or 1 a.m. Still, I have trouble going to sleep, and I need to fix my sleeping schedule because right now it's all over the place. So thanks for your understanding in this regard. And we're gonna change again to what we were seeing here, the keynote. This, no, we already read this, and I wanted to feature this opinion from Josh Rom from the BBC. Harry and Meghan care about one thing and one thing only: brand Sussex. I'm going to play one video that here with his opinion to see what do you think. I'm gonna mute my microphone so you can listen to him much better.
Because I've heard that he is making potential rewrites to this book. What are you hearing?
Yes, I'm hearing the exact same. Prince Harry is scrambling, is the word, to re-edit some chapters, some passages of his book. He fears that he might come across as insensitive, and he fears that he might receive intense backlash from the publication of this book because he wasn't expecting the absolute adoration for the family at the time of Queen Elizabeth's death. He wasn't expecting the outpouring of love for King Charles and also the Queen Consort Camilla as well as the utmost support for his brother Prince William and the Princess of Wales, Catherine. So he doesn't want to receive backlash. He doesn't want to appear to come across as insensitive. Ultimately, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle care about one thing and one thing only, and that is brand Sussex.
Sure, yeah, and that book is due out this fall. Because
yeah, brand Sussex, that's what they care about. I found his opinion nice on this topic because it's that. I think Harry did not expect so much love, so much outpouring of love from all over, not only the UK, but also all over the world. So it was baffling to see the whole world united in one sentiment. So this is something that he did not expect. And he knows that any backlash from that book is going to be only his responsibility and no one else's. So it's like as some of you say, well, either way, that's Meghan writing those memoirs, writing or making things up as she goes along. But well, we have to assume that it's still Harry writing, trying to fix those recollections that should not vary, because I think he should have those fresh recollections and remember how things happened, right? We should give him the opportunity. But why would he be changing things now? Why backtracking? Why backpedaling like that? Prince Harry is desperate to making last-minute changes to his forthcoming bombshell memoir, which appear insensitive in wake of Queen's death. I think his attorneys have a different word for that. Prince Harry has reportedly contacted Penguin Random House, the ones that advanced 20 million or promised 20 million. I don't know if it were pounds or dollars. I guess it was pounds. In desperate attempt to change parts of his explosive tell-all memoir, which might appear insensitive in the wake of Queen Elizabeth's death. I think insufferable could be a better word for that. And in terms of being insensitive, this magazine Decode, they cannot keep quiet about the royal family, right? They can't. It's impossible. You can ask them, well, guys, can you be a bit more discreet? You remember that you had Meghan on the cover of the magazine like less than 1 month ago, or around 1 month ago? No, the Harry's book hasn't been printed yet. It should be out this fall. I don't know, like in 1 or 2 months, or maybe on December. Who on earth will buy this book? I will buy Harry's book, so you don't have to, and I will give you my insights about that book, as I'm gonna give you my insights on Valentine Lowe's book Courtiers when it comes out on upcoming October 6th. But we have the cut. The cut can't stay quiet about the royal family. And though Netflix recent sneak peek sent a shiver of anticipation down most of our spines, it has reportedly caused dread and panic throughout the palace, where everyone is very worried about just how much of an arsehole the king will seem. I mean, what kind of people tweet this kind of things? Well, I use swear words on my Twitter too, but not directly as an offensive way towards people who don't deserve that kind of offenses. But you know how it is. They want to stir the controversy. And the Cut actually wrote an article about this by Danielle Cohen. The palace is reportedly panicking about the crown again. And I'm going to switch so we can give a quick read to that article from the Cut. And by the way, I love Dominic West's work. Do you have you seen movies with Dominic West? I remember that he made a movie. Who was a supporting cast in a movie called The Forgotten. Who was it with this? The Forgotten. Was this the name of the actress? I forgot. It was a ginger actress, very famous ginger actress. I forgot her name. Let me check that. I need to, because I love that movie. Do you remember who was that? Who was that? Julianne Moore, of course. Yeah, I forgot. I completely forgot her name. And yeah, I love that movie. And I always thought that he has that sense of being like a real person. I love Dominic West in some way, that it's because he has that impression of being a real person. It's like you're not seeing this celebrity or this actor doing something like, and you're focusing on the celebrity. No, you know that he goes into the parts. That's what I like about him. Props to him for being in the crown. Why not? It's gonna be very popular this 5th season, I'm sure. Less than a month into King Charles' reign, things are off to a bumpy start. Of course, this is the opinion of the Cut. After throwing several tantrums over writing utensils, the pen gate, the latest stumbling block for England's new king would be the highly anticipated 5th season of The Crown. This show, whose fictionalized but pretty convincing no, you know that this is mainly fiction, right? This is like a fan fiction, the people that they hate the royals. is that it? Depiction of the royals is already the bane of the palace's existence. It's gearing up to chart Charles' divorce from Princess Diana, a story that, by most accounts, does not make Charles look great. And I wanted to make a point in Twitter a while ago. I understand that we are talking about people that every single person in this world had made mistakes. Okay, every single person in this world have made mistakes. Every single one of us, and none of us is a saint. Okay, because we would not be here if we were saints. Okay, so yes, Charles made mistakes along the way, and Diana made mistakes along the way, and Camilla made mistakes along the way. That is undeniable. But I think and I always say this about the Harkles. People always have the chance to redeem themselves. And I think that everyone should have the chance and the right to redeem themselves and to change and to do something, make something better out of themselves. Okay, so I think both Charles and Camilla had been walking that road, and that road has not been easy to walk, especially under the shadow, this behemoth, this huge image, this humongous thing that was Princess Diana's legacy, image, legend. You know how it is that someone becomes legendary in situations like hers. So that hasn't been easy. I am not the one to judge anybody in these terms. I haven't been a saint either. So I still always think that no matter what people do, and even no matter what people do to me, this is something I always recommend to people. You have to make sure if someone hurts you, try to pinpoint, try to make sure, is that hurt actually personal? Is that hurt actually personal? Was that hurting actually directed to you as a person? Or was they had some kind of hurt, some kind of trouble, and they trying to exteriorize it, trying to project that onto you? That's something vastly different. So I like to talk about these things because they actually don't have easy answers. This dynamics of relationship never have easy answers, and I find the most cynical and most hypocritical in those people that claim always are quick to point failures on other people, okay, and forget that maybe we all make mistakes. Harry has made mistakes. Meghan has made mistakes, but we all have the opportunity to change course, to do things right. I think that, well, this fictionalized but pretty convincing, well, I have my doubts with that word, convincing, depiction of the royals is already the bane of the palace's existence, is gearing up to charge Charles' divorce from Princess Diana, a story that, by most accounts, does not make Charles look great. Though Netflix's recent sneak peek sent a shiver of anticipation down most of our spines, it has reportedly caused dread and panic throughout the palace, where everyone is very worried about just how much of an arsehole, who writes these kind of things? What kind of, this is like a teenager writing. The king will seem in this telling of his divorce saga. Yeah, Palace does not care. I'm not gonna read the rest of this because this is mostly bollocks. It's not necessary to be entertaining this, but I'm going to go back to my trusty presentation, and I'm going to highlight a couple comments of you made on Twitter. Very good, nice comments. The first one from McTavish, Anne McTavish. So, a fiction series written by an avowed anti-monarchist who courts the U.S. market is denigrating our royal family and championing victimhood. And you think a 1,000-year-old monarchy is concerned? You take delight in doing your best to insult real people unless it's the Sussexes. Yes, this is the plan. This is part of the economy of this. They just stir this controversy over and over again. Oh yes, I'm reading your comments just in case. Nice comments. Thank you for keeping the comments civil. I encourage you to share your thoughts, share your opinion, as long as they remain respectful. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Brianna's here 3, the UK government's culture secretary, requested that Netflix add a disclaimer to The Crown to make clear that it's a work of fiction broadly based on historical events. But Netflix refused to do this. Hence, the confusion and unfair slander of the royal family. You know how impressionable or how gullible or how easy to influence is like 90% of the population. Like sometimes you have to be, even if you put a disclaimer at the start of every episode that they haven't put a disclaimer, even if you put that disclaimer, once you get emotionally invested in one show, in this case The Crown, people are going to assume that was everything that happened. Nobody was gonna pay attention to the disclaimer, but because it's much easier to assume that this actually happened. So they are in the name of free speech and dramatization of historical events. They are borderline defamation. How does that work in the real world? I don't know, but it's not pretty. It's not pretty because you are basically altering people's perception of public personas that are still alive and will not defend themselves. You know that they will not defend themselves because in the essence they just say never explain, never complain. So they should never explain that what happened and what did not. Okay, that's not something that you should do either. I always recommended everyone that you should never explain yourself. But that is a topic for a longer video. I need to keep to retake my psychology and my persuasion videos. I should retake them soon once my schedule and especially my sleeping schedule is back on track, because my energy is fluctuating all over the place throughout most of the day, and no, I'm not having a nice time this way. Even Princess Diana's brother Charles Spencer says the crown features a lot of invention. How much and which parts are invention? Well, that is for people in general to judge, and that is the problem when people, when you know that that people have the responsibility of trying to figure out what is invention and what is not. No, people are not gonna do it. The general audience are not gonna do it. Oh, he also revealed that he turned down the show's request to film at Althorpe, the home he and Diana were raised in. Good for him. Good for him, because it's too much invasion of privacy. And I forgot to mention something about the cut, by the way. It doesn't have to do with the crown, but I forgot to mention something about the cut. They're the ones who publish things like this. British readers slammed the cut after it calls King Charles a big fussy baby. I think we know. I think the Duchess of Sussex was very well aware. Of who she was getting into this professional relationship, getting her photos taken, and getting this, very long interview about herself and about, well, all the nonsense that we read in there. And she already knew about that editorial line. I'm not gonna say anything beyond that, but when people do not do their due diligence, because by this point I'm sure she has, and she's aware of, and this is not something that she is gonna do herself. This is something that is gonna do her PR agency. It's gonna be say, hey, you're gonna appear in this magazine, but you are, how do I say this? But you have to be aware that they are anti-monarchy. And she said, fair game, I don't care. Where can I sign? Okay? And one has to be very mindful of that. For example, the other day I was figuring out that I have looked down upon Newsweek magazine, because they have published so many outrageous things about the Sussexes and outrageous things about the royal family at the same time, and not in a good way to the royal family, and in a very good way to the Sussexes, and trying to support that victimization of them. And I said that, well, Newsweek is basically printed insanity. But at the same time, 1 week later, one week later, I noticed that they mentioned me on one of their articles, and I featured that mention in my Twitter account. Hey, look, Newsweek featured me in one of their articles, and I said, hey, this is kind of hypocritical, right? I can't be like just attacking them one point and then like being happy that they mentioned me at some point, because didn't you despise Newsweek? Why are you happy that they're mentioning you? So you enter in this kind of conflict of what should you do? What are you going to do? What is the editorial here? Very different is when I notice that, well, these outlets, no matter what is their editorial line, are picking up my videos and by picking up my analysis. And some of you are asking me, Jesus, when are you going to have more body language analysis? My question is, well, here's the thing. I will explain myself. I just told you that you should never explain yourself, but I think that maybe I could give you an explanation. I've told you many times that every single body language analysis is not as simple as just turning on the video and just looking at the video and just going with it. There are blind runs. I made blind runs with certain videos that are maybe not that delicate topics. When I did the Alec Baldwin live analysis, I already had studied that analysis for weeks when it happened. I just shelved the analysis, and at some point I say, well, when there were these findings of the gun arise and it was trending again, I said, hey, why not? I could do a live analysis. I already know the case. I already reviewed the case. I already put hours into it, because it requires a lot of work. It requires a lot of dedication. And it's very frustrating when you want to do one in-depth investigation, and that may take me like 2 or 3 days of full-time work, and maybe the reception of the video is not the one that I expected. Maybe you want still any insights about the British royal family, and I noticed that you love the content of the British royal family. And one thing that one can never deny is, no matter your skills, no matter if you have skills at something, and you think that you have to be guided by your passion and your skill, find your passion. You know that what people say, find your passion and you will not have to work any day of your life. Your work will be like playing. Well, that is not a good advice. That is not good advice. Okay? Because, okay, you have a passion, you have talent, you have skills, you have a natural inclination to something, you have natural drive to your own interests and skills and how to develop them. But the one that should determine, I said that right, determine what you ultimately do is the market. There's no way around that. You could be the best in your field, but if no one needs what you do, then you're gonna suffer. Maybe you're passionate about something, but if nobody needs that at that moment, then you're gonna suffer. And nobody wants you to suffer. I don't want you to suffer. I suffered like that a lot because I've been passionate about so many things, but I realized that many people were not aware of that at that moment, or just did not need that, what I was passionate about at that moment. That has happened to me a lot of times, and sometimes it pays to be passionate about something when it's about to be being a big breakout. Okay, just before everyone finds out about this, that's the moment that is nice to be passionate about something, because you have this feedback. You have the feedback in value. You have this feedback in people liking and finding value in what you do, and that is important too. Okay, there's no sense. It doesn't make sense to say, find your passion and dedicate to your passion, and money will come, and fame or whatever you want will come. No, that doesn't work like that. That is nonsense. I've tried that. And you might have noticed by this point. That I've had quite a few interests along my life. You may be aware of some of them. You know that I like drawing. I taught technical drawing, in fact, concept illustration. I'm passionate about languages. I'm passionate about social media. I was passionate about social media before people found out. It was like, what year was that? It was 2010, 2011, right before people found out that social media was a great, the way to do the new marketing. I was already riding that wave, and that was nice because I was passionate about something that was about to explode, and that, well, was very productive for me. It would have not been good for me if I was passionate about it in 2006 or 2007 when it was just starting. It was just happening. Nobody was aware of that. If I was passionate about that at that moment, then, well, it would have meant for me a huge advantage, but I would have had to wait too many years to that being productive. So I'm always thinking of how can you help people, and that always leads you to what the market needs. And helping people, giving value to people is always going to help with anxiety, is always going to help with depression, is always going to help with feeling down, it's always going to help with your mood, it's always going to help with your finances, helping people. But to help people, you need to do something that people is actually looking for. So that's I like to insert this kind of experiences, my life experiences in this lives at a total random way, and I hope that even if it doesn't have to do anything with the royals, I hope that it rings something within you, that maybe you are passionate about something, but you haven't been focusing, haven't been listening to the market, what the market wants. I know that it sounds truly capitalistic, but that's something from capitalism that we can use for ourselves. Think of it. The right way to help people is to look for how can I help people, or the most people and the most efficient way. Okay, think about that. Think about that. We find solutions to people, you will be rewarded for that. But you need to work hard, and you have to get real about your passions. I'm passionate about philosophy. I have to say that. So, philosophy is something that I can talk for hours, and I can write Twitter threads. I can write entire chapters of books on philosophy and connect philosophy with popular culture and or current experience of the world. But guess who's interested in that? This is not viable at this moment. Maybe at some point of my life, when I can afford myself to give some time for that, well, maybe I will do it. But one has to be realistic. One has to be realistic about the current outcome. Yeah, it's very idealistic to have a passion, to have something, hey, I would love to have a philosophy channel. But how long until it really takes off? Let's think what if I talk about a popular topic like the royals, the British royal family? Why not? Everyone is following this royal soap opera, everlasting soap opera, and it's gonna be running after we're long gone. This soap opera will be keep on rolling, babe. Why not have these insights inserted here and there in these videos? I'm giving you my secret sauce. I'm giving you my secret, my secret to my channel, and that's why I try to have this mix, this blend. For anyone that wants to start a YouTube channel, I always encourage you to try to make a blend between the golden triad. The golden triad is current events that your audience, which is your audience, you have to define that, loves, and you are my audience, my bottle language buddies, and you love this topic, of course. And be entertaining. You have to entertain. Be entertaining, not not that documental, maybe not that informative, but more entertaining. People want to laugh. People want to be entertained. That's no secret, and people do not realize this. People want to be entertained, and if you can share something valuable with your audience, with every video, with every live, even if it's just 5 minutes, that is golden. That's all that you need. That is the golden triad: being focused on current events, being entertaining, and give something to your audience to think about. I think that's why Russell Brand has been writing on his image and his channel, of course on his fame, and he transformed his fame on this YouTube channel that is really successful. Is thanks to that. He's amusing, he's informative, and he makes you think about these issues. It's you have the whole enchilada with him. Also with John Oliver, he's informative, he's amusing, and he is always on current events. I love John Oliver. I have always told you, and I always thought he was part of my inspiration to start my YouTube channel, and you know that well. It's part of the way that I present myself to you is also thanks to John. The glasses that I use now, it's not because I want to emulate John. No, it's because of short-sightedness. It's that simple. Or long-sightedness. I don't remember. You know, the thing that you get after you get to 40 years old, that your eyes one day to the next, you need glasses to read close enough. So that's why, to your question, when are you going to make more body language analysis? I usually need time to digest them, to understand the situation, to what's going on, etc. I always you ask me which other body language channel I recommend. I recommend the Behavior Panel. I think those guys are amazing. I've told them. Scott Rose, Mark Bowden, they're amazing guys. They're always talking about body language. If you want to watch body language, actual body language and behavior analysis, you can go wrong with them. So big shout out to the Behavior Panel. I will keep doing my body language analysis as long as there is a clear and present video or topic that I could just delve on, kind of focus on. That would be nice. There's always videos popping up, and of course, it's like there is this ball rolling, this momentum that is important. That when you have a lovely audience like I have, it's all you, my body language buddies, and you're invested in one topic. When there's a video or photographs or something that arises on this topic and has to do with body language, then everybody wins, because I get to talk about body language, and it's the same terms. It's like talking about Alec Baldwin, or talking about Catherine, Princess of Wales, or talking about I don't know, Bella Hadid, or Kim Kardashian, or talking about Adam Levine. I don't know. It's gonna be the same principles, pretty much the same principles of human behavior, and the same principles of body language. I even publish body language on politics, a topic that I personally don't like, and I know that you don't like either, but there are some pressing topics that have to be addressed, and just have mentioned them passingly and in short videos, and I think it's have been necessary to address them. So this is more like trying to come in clear with you. Why am I focusing on these patterns of the royal family and the non-royals too? Because I think, and this is important. This has to do, now that we talk about politics, this also has to do with the fact that the prime minister, that the brand new prime minister of Italy is, I don't know her name. It's a right-leaning woman that talk a lot and speaks a lot about family, how the family is under attack, how family is in danger, and I agree with her with that. The family, the most important unit in our society is under attack, and we need to get those principles back. Meloni, thank you. Thanks for that. I forgot her name. But yeah, let me see. Georgia Meloni. Thanks for that. Yeah, it has this speech that he was talking about family and values and how we have lost them in this nonsense, this craziness of Western culture, of Western society is going down the drain with everything that is going on that I will not repeat here. It's not a topic that I want to address either, because again, I'm sure that as well as me, you want to have a good time at this time. You don't want to read about what is going wrong with the world. We can joke, we can try to address things in a nice way, but the topic of the royal family, is the topic of a family, and every family has rifts. Every family has loved ones that marry into narcissistic relationships. Every family has parents that made mistakes. Every family, or many families, have marriages that end up tragically. Struggles of every kind. And these patterns help us study this and apply that in our daily life. So I think at the end, I have to confess, I need to confess this. At some point, as I said, I thought that I needed to be more technical, maybe more go straight to the point. Let's talk about narcissists in one's family. But I thought to myself, but I couldn't possibly do or make videos better than Dr. Ramani in that regard. Dr. Ramani is the best. She's the best in the field of narcissists. There's hands down. There's no doubt about it. There's no way around that. And there's no way I could do videos better than her. I assume that. Every time someone tells me, Jesus, how can I learn more about narcissists? I send them to Dr. Ramani. I don't have any problem to recommend the behavior panel, Dr. Ramani, H.G. Tudor, of course. They are experts in their field. I think they can, since the behavior panel are for I can't possibly say then I'm better than the behavior panel. That would be preposterous. I think that is the word, right? That would be preposterous on my side. What I can do, and I think I can do better than them, or at least in my style, is this blend of current events on focus on one topic and try to be amusing. Okay, that is something that I think I can do better myself. Maybe not compared to them, because it's not something that we can compare because we have vastly different styles. And I have to say that I can be amusing with the royal family topic, but I couldn't be amusing with a true crime, for example. It's too difficult. It's too dangerous. Props to John Oliver, that even I remember with I think it was the was one bombing, one program of bombings. He and his team made. It was an impressive achievement. He could be at some points amusing without being insensitive. So it takes a lot of skill, and props to him and his team for coming up with certain, not jokes, certain levity to topics that are too hard, maybe too hard to grasp for many people that need this content warning. So there's this amount of skills. I'm telling you, I'm trying to share my experience with you. Maybe you were expecting me talking more about the royals, but I know that these questions are important for you. Maybe you want an explanation. I want to, in any way or in some way, trying to be as an example of what worked for me and what I see that is going on YouTube. What are people doing? What can I do in my own style. I think it was a mistake I just made a few minutes ago. I wasn't saying better. It's not that I think that I'm better than Dr. Ramani or better than the behavior panel. Maybe there was a bit of an arrogance. I have this bit. Let's face it. I have that bit of that of course. Maybe better is not the way, but unique. Unique is the way. How can you deliver your content? How can you cater to your audience? How can you captivate your audience in a unique way that no one else can? So you end up not being compared to anyone because you're unique. And that's the way how you can just refer to any other channel if they're doing certain things much better than you. And yes, I have no problem. I remember that there was also this channel was called Observe. Logan Portenier is also very good at body language. I had no problem of recommending their channels. So that's about that. So this is like was a rant, one of my random rants about the importance of being unique. Okay, yes, you need to find your passion and master your talents, master your skills, and that's only by hard work. But you cannot lose perspective of what the market wants, what the audience wants, but because that's where ultimately you can find how to help people get what they want. And most of you overwhelmingly, most of you, the vast majority of you, love this content. So who am I to deny you this content? And I'm trying to make it engaging. Some other comments from Twitter. Unlikely Bot has always interesting insights. I suggest you follow them on Twitter. I think how much of a work of fiction The Crown is will be evident if they make Harry seem anything other than an intellectually challenged, whiny, naughty brat. Yeah, I agree with that. I also wanted to make this, someone pointed out to me this on my Instagram. You remember that you can follow me on Instagram. There's my Twitter and Instagram and the text sticker down below. Someone pointed out to me this video of Tyler Perry talking about the Harkles and how he talks about his perspective. Why did he help them? I'm going to mute my microphone and unmute him so you can listen to him much better.
What I was reaching out to her for was because they were giving her hell.
Right.
And a lot of it was because she was a black woman.
Absolutely.
And I flat out, no denying it, I completely knew that. And I wanted to reach out and let her know that there was somebody there for her. And I sent her a note and not expecting anything to come of it. And she said, thank you so much. And that was it. And a couple of years later, we started talking and she was able to talk. And the only reason I'm sharing this is because she shared it first.
Okay. Yeah.
And we were able to talk and she was telling me some of the things that were going on. And I'm just so proud of where they are now, because I'm going to tell you something. Those two people love each other.
Well, I'm gonna leave that last line right there. Those two people love each other. Yeah, it shows. I agree. It shows. It's evident. It's not like Harry looks like he is regretting anything. No, please. That is nonsense. Who makes up that kind of narrative? What kind of Latino body language expert between quotes makes up all these nasty things of this beautiful couple? I don't know who can be so evil, who can have so much hate inside their hearts. Why is that? All right, I have to highlight this comment. Thank you, Jesus. I agree with you completely. Family is very important. Thank you. I agree with you completely. Yeah, our society is falling apart. Thanks, Evelyn. Thanks for that. All right. Just definitely, Oprah is definitely orchestrating behind the scenes. Yeah. Oprah must be planning something. But yes, you can see it's body language, simple body language. You see them and you see that they are in love. You don't have to be part of the Sussex squad, a sugar, to see that this instantly. You see that you smell that essence of love. But whatever. Now, let's talk about something. Not only more levity, but beautiful, wonderful. Thanks, Canel Citadel, for this picture. Pointed out this picture on Twitter. The children's princess is back. Nada's smile couldn't be any brighter. You know the Catherine. We all love Catherine. We are Catherine stans in this channel, blatantly, unabashedly. And I don't know which other adverb could I use. But that smile, it's like amazing. It brightens your day, and if it's the night, it brightens your night too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter either. Yes, you're still talking about the Montecito duo, the love of the Montecito duo. No, this is something else. This is something. Yeah, Catherine is warmth. Yes. Well, I have to highlight this. Harry's head looks like a dandelion. This is one, right? Harry's. Yes. Yeah. I have to say that. Let's go back to the beautiful things. Yeah, we can have beautiful things. Isa Ward on Twitter found or shared the identity of this kid, 4-year-old Theo Crumpton, who presented a posy of flowers to Prince and Princess of Wales during their visit to the RNLI Holyhead Lifeboat Station in Holyhead. Yeah, this is great, a great experience. And I love that reaction that I showed you at the beginning of this video. Kinsey Schofield, Kinsey, if you're watching this, I love your show and I love your podcast. I would make the same face if I met the Princess of Wales, Princess of Wales in Wales. Try to say that. You're still laughing at the dandelion. Yeah, very cute. The surprise, the surprise in the kid's face was amazing. And you know that picture's so cute, so much to say about their attitude, so much to say about their body language. We love. Why are you like this? Why are you like this, Deborah? Deborah, behave, please. Is that Archie? No, that's not Archie. Why? I had to agree. Oh my gosh, he's a little Simon Pegg. I'm going to tell you, this is not offensive in any way because I love Simon Pegg. That man, Simon Pegg, is a national treasure. Simon Pegg is a national treasure. Have to say it. So that fits. No, that is not attitude. How cute is the little boy? Yeah, really cute. Really cute. Raise your hand if you like Simon Pegg's movies, by the way. I love that guy. Very funny. It's when you go to a Simon Pegg movie, even if it's just a supporting character, you're going to enjoy that movie. It's something you take for granted. Yeah. Shout out to Hot Fuzz. I love Hot Fuzz. The complete Cornetto trilogy. Trilogy, sorry. Or trilogy. Trilogy or trilogy? Let me check. Let's see. You want to see William? There's another. Let's some more pictures here. Let me look at how the pronunciation of that word. I keep saying that word. Trilogy. Thank you. Trilogy. Yes, Simon Pegg, national treasure. Look at that. Look at that. How much everything. It's amazing. The combination of colors, the way she walks, everything. We're Catherine Stans. I need to create a design of a shirt worthy of the Princess of Wales. And like we are Catherine Stans. Catherine Stans. Put it our own way. I think we you will be much more willing to wear like Megan is not coming, Megan this, Megan that. No, let's stop making reference to the wife. Not anymore. Let's focus on beautiful people. Oh yeah, Princess Catherine is graceful and cool. Pearl, you nailed that. Pearl, you are not Megan's Pearl, right? By any chance? No, hope not. You're the Megan's missing pearl or lost pearl. Princess Catherine is so graceful and cool. Those words fit perfectly. Thanks, Pearl, for that. Children know Princess Catherine is a loving person. I just love her. Yeah, we all love her. Always have that gracious is the word, gracious attitude, and that face, like she's greeting you, and it's like she might not know who you are, but she greets you like she hasn't seen you in forever. You're a long lost friend from childhood, and she's seeing you for the first time in decades. Yes, Catherine is my hero. Power Princess of Wales. so much class and so graceful. She's a natural beauty, unlike the rest of the comment. And it's amazing to see people's reaction when they're near this too, near the wells. There was that reaction of the people. You have this delight in people's faces. We'll be like that. I've for some time I've lost all hope when I became the royal rogue and I went all in on this. I lost all hope of being welcome at Buckingham Palace or Kensington or whatever has to do with the royal family, because I think I'm a bit too edgy for them to acknowledge any relationship with me, and that's fine. That's something I'm willing to sacrifice just to tell the truth and be as edgy and drop the F word and say swear words here. I think that's worth it. I think you love me for that. Maybe I will not get invited to Buckingham Palace, but I don't care. I have my own palace here in front of my trusty camera and with all my body language buddies on the other side. What do you think? Yeah, the beautiful people and this picture. This will be worth the ticket price. This will be worth the ticket price. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. And thank you all of you for all your words, lovely words, not only for the Prince and Princess of Wales, but only for me and my channel. That's it for today. Let's see. Let's keep this picture. This picture is a nice one. It's a beautiful one. So we can use it as backdrop as I read your super chats. As super chats keep coming, I will stay here. That's my promise. So let's begin. Just a couple of super chats. We're going home early today. Margie, I don't know why your avatar doesn't show. Margie, that's strange. Loving these daily lives. Thank you, Battle Language Guy. My pleasure, Margie. Always a pleasure for me to do this. Oliver can't see Megs without seeing Andrew to shake him. That is interesting. And I've been flooded in my direct messages about, well, those relationships, those connections of Prince Andrew with Meghan Markle. You know, those connections, or those allegedly, as Neil Sean says. There's a very, very delicate topic, and there's also this guy from Soho House involved, and I think I must do, at least, at the very least, just compile a video with what is the internet saying about this. Okay, make a big fat disclaimer at the start of the video, and a big fat disclaimer at the middle, and a big fat disclaimer at the end, that this is just allegedly, this is just blind gossip, this is just Marcus Anderson. This is Marcus Anderson, maybe the connection between Prince Andrew and Meghan, and that was the connection with Eugenie, and that was the connection with Harry, and that's what we got now. Maybe it could be that. And you know how they call Meghan from those days, right? Yeah, the Y girl, the Y girl. All right. Well, I'm going to feature your comment on Laya Kapufnik. I'm going to feature your comment, but I cannot read that directly. Because I'm going to get a call from my attorney as soon as I finish reading your super chat. I'm going to kill. I know I'm going to get a WhatsApp like bling bling. No, please, no, God, stop. In fact, I retweeted. If you have Twitter, if you are following me on Twitter, you can find me on my timeline that I retweeted a thread with a very nice compilation of pictures that are suspicious, and I have just a couple of videos on my channel. I addressed strange facts about Meghan's pregnancy. That's all that I say. That's why nobody can cancel me or take me down, because I just mentioned strange things, like, of course, those deep squats with knees together that are biologically baffling. Nice alliteration. Harriet Craig, it's nice to see Harry admitting in advance that any backlash over the book will be because of the outpouring after the funeral, not because of racism or animus against Meghan. I agree with you. He's acknowledging it in advance. Amanda MC, you are so right. Redemption depends on the level of accountability. You have to be accountable of whatever you do and whatever you have done in the past, and accept what you did in the past. And thanks for your purple cat sticker, Amanda, too. Yeah, purple cat is fitting. Purple, and I love the color purple, by the way. All right. Another super sticker from MP Waara. Thank you, MP. And Susan H. Super chat. Super chat, an empty super chat. Margie, now your avatar shows. I don't know why your avatar didn't show at the start. You catch more beats with honey than with vinegar. Let me, how do you pronounce that, by the way? I know that, yeah, vinegar. I said that. I said that quite right. I can't say that word many times, because if I say vinegar, if I say that word, you know that there's people that want to harm me and going to grab that word and they are going to splice that word into and make me say something else, right? You know that there's people in the internet that do that kind of thing. So I shouldn't be saying that word. But whatever. Josefina, thank you for your time and research. Love the live. Thanks, Josefina. Appreciate that. Oh, all right. I'm gonna block you. Oh, I have an opportunity. I have the opportunity. the opportunity here. Hide user from channel. I don't know. I want to address something. That's something funny that I've seen recently. I don't know. The Sugar Squad, the Sussex Squad, have been sharing something about me, that somehow I was a drag queen back in Venezuela. Can you imagine that? That is amusing to me. That is amusing. I'm gonna say it right away, because it's full of nonsense, and it's what? Why can't you say something like that? And of course they hide behind this cloak of anonymity. They will never dare to say that with their own names, because they can't. Because they know it's nonsense. They know it's not true, and I can sue their asses any day of the week if they dare. But they won't dare. They won't dare. They're claiming that I was a drag queen back in Venezuela. Whatever. Yeah, I just said that. Whatever. It's your crazy opinion. I've been called worse things. I must say, I've been called much worse things on Twitter. Yeah. But what can I say? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But yes. Super chat. Clarissa Valencia. John Oliver anti-monarchy, royal family. Thanks. Well, I haven't seen him talking against the royal family or the monarchy. In fact, he has been quite neutral in his remarks. Very funny, by the way. I remember I highlighted one of his videos. This was Stephen Colbert interviewing him, and Colbert asked him, "Do you think Meghan knew what she was getting?" That was before Harry and Meghan got married. I remember that. I think that was in April 2018. And Colbert asks John Oliver, "Do you think Meghan is making a sound decision?" And John Oliver said something along the lines that, "I hope that she's aware of what she's getting into." He did not criticize the royal family at all. He did not say that they were like nuts or something, but he just said that she was getting into a very complicated situation. Okay, which it is indeed a complicated situation. Being married into the royal family, being part of the royal family is not everyone's cup of tea. So I appreciated that he said that at that moment in a very diplomatic way. Was amusing at the same time. And at the same time was some kind of like John Oliver warned Meghan before she married Harry, so Meghan had no excuses by that point. So, all right. I'm reading your comments. And what if I was a drag queen? I don't know what would have been my drag queen name. Tell me what would have been my drag queen name, just to be aware of that. I don't know. All right, Oliver. I've truly enjoyed the evolution of your channel. Thanks, Oliver. And it's in constant evolution. I don't know what will I be doing like 6 months from now. Most probably for the rest of September, three more days, and October I will be doing these daily lives at 9 p.m. London time, 4 p.m. EST in the USA. I will just keep at it just to see what happens. I want to make this test with my channel. If you want the shorter clips, remember to follow me on my Royal Road channel using the link in the description. This is my second YouTube channel where I share the clips from these lives, shorter clips that are easier for you to just spot. And we're still waiting for how to say that? We're waiting for Meghan's 4th episode of Arsewives, by the way. That is next Tuesday. Tuesday. I thought it was going to be today, but no, it's going to be next Tuesday. All right. I haven't talked to HG yet about making some kind of a cooperation, but let's see if we can work that out. Christy Spalding, super chat. Thanks, Christy. Bexta, super chat. Great comment, Cassie. I don't know what did Cassie say, but great comment, I guess. Snicks. Now, these people love each other. Yeah, I know. I realized that you messed that up. Love each other. Yeah, you know what we're talking about. Caroline Nielsen. The world awaits the next Markle misrecollections. Yeah, we will be there for it. Maybe they did not air the episode today because they are still scrambling to edit that. Maybe she is trying to prevent that from airing until they get sorted out what she can talk about and she cannot. Maybe. Corinne Serminero, thanks for the super chat too. All right. Deborah Ricketts, new title. Say, I am the king of the Royal Rogues. Which new title do you mean? Which new title? Have I been hacked? What happened? I don't know. Sandra Parrott, drag queen, tú eres un hombre viril. Yeah, whatever. I don't know what. I don't know what did they. I remember there was someone that mentioned that. I think that was under Christopher Bausi's tweets or something, that they were trying to, I don't know, dox me or something. And he's a Venezuelan. Yeah, he used to be a drag queen in Libertador Avenue and whatever. That is in Caracas, by the way. I'm not from Caracas, so it's yeah, you know, recollections might vary, I guess, or maybe you don't know what the fuck are you talking about. Maybe, yeah. That might be more like that. Yes, Stella. Have you noticed that Obamas have snubbed the Harkles? Yes, I think they don't want to have any connection with the Harkles anymore. I think that they can sense that bad juju. They don't want to get Markle, right? Well, my body language buddies. It was a pleasure for me. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the battle language guy. And remember, I need to remind you just 3 more days. 3 more days for our amazing merch of the Sussex Survivors Club, the Royal Rogues official Sussex Survivors Club merch, established in 2018 when everything happened. Everything was sealed for life, till death or divorce do us part. Sussex Survivors Club, you have t-shirts, you have v-neck shirts, you have mugs, you have hoodies, you have long sleeves, you have stickers. You can get every single one of these pieces right in the description of this video just for 3 more days. Three more days and they are gone. Will no longer exist. Oh my God, this is very hot topic. This last super chat coming, KD. I'm gonna highlight it. I'm gonna just read the last part. Thank for all your work, Jesus. It's the birth signatures of doctors of true importance. I agree with that. It's the signatures of doctors who attended the births. There's so many things so many questions, so many odd things about this situation, but I know that in the end we will know the truth, and not only Amber Heard's truth or Meghan Markle's truth, but the actual truth. And we'll be here watching it live on the Battle Language Guy channel. Last super chat of the day, of the night. Torch, Drag queen? Ha, no problem, man. We love you. You are close to the oracles. Wife, Harry, and husband, not me. Just say hi, family, to them. LOL. I will do that, Torch. I will do. My body language buddies, until we meet again on another video or another live, remember the two most important words. Much love. We need love. We need to laugh. We need to feel the joy of life. And we need to be blissful. We need to know that we have achieved something, and we need to know that we have an impact in the world, and that's the moment that we will feel blissful, when that impact returns to us in the form of any kind of blessing that you want, any kind of whatever you want from the universe. Whenever you want from the universe, first thing is you have to give it to the universe. Give it to people. Help people. Go ahead. Oh my God, you don't want me to live, right? Sparkle Marklaw, drag queen name. Oh, that's nice. Like it. Christy Spalding. And Maria Margarita Standia, super chat. Thanks, Maria Margarita. So, now we're living. We're all working overtime now. We're working overtime. King Rogi E. Maybe King Rogi E. Maybe that could work. Serve, then receive. You say that or am. You nailed a couple comments today. That one nails it. Serve, then receive. Much love and bliss. Remember, take care, because I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.